Hello. Hopefully you can hear me and see me. Can someone acknowledge my success at streaming and tell me you can see me? I think you can. It's saying I'm live. I'll assume that I'm live. Right. Hello. Sorry, I had the YouTube tab open in another window as well, so all of a sudden I could hear myself. So hello. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for supporting the channel and for supporting GarbAugust. Fantastic to see so many people here. How many have we got? 21 people. That's brilliant. So the purpose of today really is just to hang out and read some trashy books together. I have got a few things that I'm going to be reading. For anyone who's not done reading sprints before, and this is my first one hosting, so if it's a little bit clunky, apologies. And also my first time using StreamYard. So anyone who's not done reading sprints before, basically all we will do is in a few minutes time, I will start a timer. I'll put that up on the screen if I can figure out how to do that. And we will all sit and read our books for about 30 minutes. And then at the end of 30 minutes, we'll have a break. We'll have a bit more of a chat for about 10 minutes. And then we'll do another sprint for 30 minutes. And then we'll have another chat after that. So all in all, this is going to take, an hour and a half or something like that. But feel free to dip in and out as is convenient for you. I have got a cup of coffee in my criminally mug and a donut as well. So that may give a clue as to the sort of book I'm going to be reading. So do let me know in the comments what you're going to be reading. I am going to be reading this one, Kansas City Cop by Julie Miller. So I read my first trash book for GarbAugust this morning, finished it early afternoon. So I read Casca, God of Death by Barry Sadler, which was a lot of fun, which is about a Roman soldier who gets cursed by Christ when Christ is on the cross, and thereafter he's doomed to be immortal and keeps on having to fight in different wars and things like that. So this is the second book in the series. It was a lot of fun. I need to get the first one and read that as well because I had a great deal of time with this. So yes, let me whiz through the comments quickly and just pick out a few of them. I think there's a way I can present the comments. So I certainly won't go through. I certainly won't go through all of them, but let me share a few of them where people are saying what they're reading. And apologies, I'm not sure I'm going to do justice to your name. Holzals Gabe is reading a historical gay romance. Keela is reading The Rat, an absolute classic. Alicia is reading In the Dark by Richard Lehman. So I've got Richard Lehman, Endless Night, which I'm going to be reading, I think, tomorrow. I'll probably try and finish the Harlequin romance today and go with the Lehman tomorrow. Michelle is reading Snow Shark by Brian Berry. If it's as good as that name suggests, it's going to be fantastic, Michelle. Who else have we got? Katrina's reading Mist of Evil. I saw that on I think it was on your Instagram, Katrina, a fantastic looking Gothic romance. Kevin's reading Harlequin Intrigue, like me. Michaela has got Night of the Crabs, which is another one I featured on the channel, actually, which is absolutely brilliant. BJ has got Heat Rises by Richard Castle, which is one of the Nikki Heat books. So if you don't know what these books are, they're fantastically trashy. So there's a TV show called Castle, which is about a crime writer who teams up with a detective, and they solve a mystery every week, basically. But the publishers or someone has decided to publish a series of books which are supposed to be the books that the character of Castle in the TV show writes. I've read the first one or two. They're quite entertaining. Who else have we got? Trashy is reading If There Be Thorns, which is I can't remember if it's the second or third of the Dollar Gagger books. So one of the sequels to Flowers in the Attic. Iri is reading Daughter of the Flame by Julia Grice, which has got a clown band in it, which definitely sounds good. Who else have we got? Goddess of Gore is reading House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. I'm not familiar with that one, but it sounds good. Cajun Peach is reading A Thread of Darkness, the Queen Bee's Quilt Shop. So I'm guessing that's a cozy of some sort. MJ has got a Jackie Collins. Anne has got The Body Snatchers. I've got a copy of that somewhere. I don't think I've ever read it, but I do need to. Tobacco Diaries has got the novelisation of Superman 3, which is a fantastic choice. So where are we time-wise? It's over 6 minutes, so we can chat for a couple more minutes. And then we will dive into the first sprint. So grab yourself a drink if you haven't got one already. It's me, Honey's reading The Girl Next Door. Oh, crikey. I hope it doesn't traumatise you too much. It really is quite the book. Melissa is reading Carnivore by Lee Clark. I don't know that one, but it sounds good. Coda is reading My Sweet Aldrina, another VC Andrews. A fantastic choice. I really enjoyed My Sweet Aldrina. I read it at some point last year for Kelly Hooked on Books' VC Andrews reading group, and it was a lot of fun. Elizabeth is reading Tarzan the Untamed. I've read the first 2 or 3 Tarzan books, I think, but I haven't got that far yet. Christopher is reading Tacky by Rax King. Oh, you shared that, didn't you? That looked really interesting. So a non-fiction book. Sarah is reading Deadlocked. Anthony Price is reading The Woods Are Dark by Richard Lehman, which is, I think, one of the first Richard Lehman books I read. I certainly had a copy of it in my library when I was growing up, and read it probably far younger than I should have done. Alex has got the Alien Covenant Origins audiobook. Swank Enterprises has got Kiss of the Wolf by Jackie Collins. So some more Jackie Collins. Oh, Bing's reading The Carpetbaggers by Harold Robbins. That's a big old book, isn't it? I've got a copy of that, but I haven't got around to it yet. And then I'm not reading any trash, but looking forward to getting some inspiration for August. Duncan is reading a Chopper novel, Men's Adventure, featuring a character called Brody the Whoremonger. It's a fantastic Men's Adventure character name. Sarah Ann's reading Hollywood Wives, which is a phenomenal book, absolutely crammed full of bizarre sex, and it's got a serial killer in it as well. So what more could you ask for? Milika is reading, so Milika shared this on Instagram earlier on, so The Tribe by Glenn Chandler, which I have a copy of somewhere back there, which is, it's a bit ploddy at times from what I remember, but the gore scenes are really quite over the top. And also The World is Full of Married Men by Jackie Collins, which that's a fantastic double header for GarbAugust. Sarah is reading Kansas City Cop, the same one as me. Where did I put my copy? Yeah, so I've got it, as I showed earlier, in this Mills and Boon double. Book Conception is reading Go Down Hard by Ali C. I don't know if I want to know if that's about, what that's about or not. Someone's still trying to get a hold of a copy of Notice. Somebody did point out in my Discord the other day that there is a PDF available of it on Scribd at the moment, which seems to be complete. It looks like it has perhaps been put up by somebody who doesn't have the rights to put it up, but it is available there if people want to read it. Right, no trash for William. Cormac is reading the novelisation of Howard the Duck, or maybe not reading it. I seem to remember the movie wasn't that bad. I did quite enjoy it. And Mark Rumpus is reading the new Bret Easton Ellis book, which I do need to get to at some point. Right, we are 10 minutes through. So let's see if I can make this work. So I'm going to try and share my other screen. So if I can do it and start the timer. Oh, it's making me do permissions. Oh no, I don't need to do that. Go away. Sorry, it's making me. Right, I don't know if you can see the timer or not. You may or may not be able to see it. Hopefully you can. I don't, but I'm not sure if you can or not. But I will start it anyway, and I will let you all know when we have done half an hour. So that will be about well in half an hour's time, funnily enough. So I'm going to start that now. I'm going to put myself on mute, and we can get reading. So speak to you all in half an hour. Okay, everyone. I don't know if you could hear the timer buzzing or not, but that's the first sprint finished. So, how did everyone get on? How many pages did you get done? I got through about 50 pages of this. So I'd read the first chapter earlier on today, so I had started it already. But yeah, read another 50 pages. I'm really quite enjoying it. It's very it uses the kind of tropes that you normally get in romance novels, but it's quite a lot of fun. So yes, enjoying it so far. While people are typing in the comments and letting me know how they got on, there were two things that I forgot to mention at the start. I think it was just two. Actually, no, three things I forgot to mention at the start. So firstly, I have got 6 Audible codes for this book, Street Siren by Tom Batt, to give away. So I reviewed this on the channel a couple of months ago. I enjoyed it very much. It's quite trashy, but it's really entertaining. So it's a kind of revenge novel about a young prostitute taking revenge on some snuff movie makers who've killed one of her friends. So I thought it was a lot of fun. Tom reached out to me the other day to say it's available on Audible now. And I've got 6 codes to give away, 3 UK ones and 3 US ones. So I was trying to think about the best way to do this. And I think probably the easiest thing will be is if you would like to stand a chance of winning one of the codes, send me an email. So my email is criminally@gmail.com. So really easy to remember. So send me an email and just say whether you're in the UK or the US. I'll mention it on this, and I'll mention it on the sprint I'm doing tomorrow as well. So if you fancy winning an Audible audiobook version of this, send me an email. Tell me if you're in the US or the UK, and I will put all the names into a hat and pick 3 from the US and 3 from the UK and 3 from the UK. So yeah, send me an email if you fancy winning that. And then the other thing is, as I've just said, I'm doing this again tomorrow. So at 8 a.m. UK time tomorrow, I'll be doing another couple of sprints. So recognise that is the middle of the night in the US, but equally it's the middle of the night at the moment in Australia. So I wanted to make sure that my Australian viewers could get involved. And for people in the UK, clearly it's the morning. So if you fancy joining for those tomorrow as well, then do. And then the final thing is, I'll be putting up a video tomorrow in my normal slot at 5 p.m. UK time, a kind of GarbAugust 1.5 wrap up. So clearly that will be quite early on, if you like, it will only be 8 a.m. In some parts of or whatever time it is, 9 a.m. in some parts of the US. So people will just be going into GarbAugust. But I thought I'd do a video tomorrow, just kind of reflecting on my thoughts on GarbAugust, and people can watch that when it feels appropriate to them to watch it. But what I did want to say is there is a very special guest in that video. I've managed to secure something for that video, which I suspect has never been done on BookTube before. I'm looking forward to seeing people's reactions to it. So yes, do watch that video if you want to see something that you don't normally see on BookTube. Let's leave it at that. Right, let's have a quick scroll through the comments. So we've got 6 minutes before the next sprint is due to start. See how people have got on. So a few people have left comments during that first sprint. So I will whiz past those. So Swank Enterprises got 28 pages done. Erie got 42. Keeler got 20 done. Kevin's not enjoying his Harlequin intrigue book too much by the looks of it. Lel's been doing some cross stitch instead, so I hope you got some good stitches in, Lel. Trish got 36 pages of her VC Andrews done. Katrina got 25 pages of her Gothic romance. Chug-a-lug does seem a strange, not necessarily a term I would expect in a Gothic romance. So Tobacco Diary's got 46 pages of Superman done. BJ's pointed out there are 10 books in the Nicky Heat series. I don't know how. I was trying to think how many of them I've got. I think I bought a load of them in a Kindle deal, which is kind of something I tend to do sometimes. So I've got far more of them than I need, probably. Elizabeth got through 12 pages of her Tarzan book. Tarzan killed and ate a vulture that was trying to kill and eat him. That seems fair enough. Matthew's saying he might try and stay up. I assume that's for the sprint tomorrow. Oh, I missed Roy. So Roy read 30 pages of Lady Gunsmith. Lady Gunsmith is a fantastic title for a trashy book. It is definitely one I fancy reading myself. Michaela got interrupted by her brother after one page. That's not ideal. Tell him to go away, and you can get some reading in the next sprint. John says hi. Hello, John. Sarah got 38% through her book. Oh, there's loads of comments. So we've got the studio in the library is reading a Harlequin intrigue called The Mummy Case. So I assume that's mummies, as in Egyptian mummies, not kind of the female equivalent of Daddy, which seems to be a book. Seems to be a name that turns up in the titles of romance books sometimes. Keeler's got as far as the school scene in The Rats, which is an excellent set piece. James Herbert really is good at doing those set pieces. Andreas is reading Judith Sonnet's Chainsaw Hooker, which is one I do fancy reading myself. Michelle got through 15 pages of her book, but had to take a break to make snacks, which is a perfectly good reason to take a break. Cajun Peach read 2 chapters, but dozed off a bit as well, which is fair enough. I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but it's that time of the afternoon here in the UK where I start getting a bit, start feeling a bit like I need a doze. Oh dear, John's reading a book called A Cat Called Hope. I hope you're enjoying it, John. For those who don't know, A Cat Called Hope is a book that I wrote, which is very silly, about a cat trying to save some humans that he meets. Skylar is reading a graphic novel called Through Leah's Eyes. Kevin also recommends Lady Gunsmith. Thrills and Kills is trying to power through her current read, but it's not a trashy book. Fair enough. Right, we are. Oh, John, thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We're nearly up to our 10 minutes, so I suggest we. I start the next sprint. Let's pause that. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, I've started the next sprint, so let me share that screen. So we'll read for another half an hour, and then at the end of that, we'll get together for another 10 minutes or so, just to have a quick chat before we wrap up. So yeah, happy reading, everyone. Hello, everyone. That is the second sprint finished then. So I hope everyone got some good reading in there. Nice to see some more people joining in the chat as we went through that. So I am going to have to leave fairly soon, I'm afraid. So suggest we just have a bit more of a chat. I'll have a quick look through the comments and then I'll wrap things up. As I said, at the midway point, I'll be doing this again tomorrow morning UK time at about 8 a.m. So if people want to join again, if you're awake wherever you are in the world, you are very, very welcome to. It's lovely to have seen so many people join today. And also, in case I forget again, a reminder, if you're interested in winning a Audible code, if you're in either the US or the UK for this book, Street Siren by Tom Batt, then send me an email at criminally@gmail.com. Let me know you'd like to win and let me know whether you're in the US or the UK. And the other reminder was make sure you watch my 5 o'clock video tomorrow, which has a special guest, the likes of which have never been seen on BookTube before. So hopefully people will enjoy that. So let's have a quick tell you what, I will put the I'll put my email in the comments so people can see it and just copy and paste it. They need it, but it is on the about page for the channel and things like that as well. So I got another 50 odd pages done during that sprint. This Kansas City Cop is pretty entertaining. It did get a bit steamy at one point. I thought I might have to fan myself when the determined female cop and the hunky male physiotherapist shared a bit of a kiss. Hasn't gone any further than that yet. There's a bit of kind of family drama going on at the moment. So I'm sure it will before too long though. So I'm almost 2/3 the way through. So it's definitely building up to them getting it on big time. Right, let's have a quick look through the comments and see how people have done. I see Andrew's here and Brian. Nice to see you guys. Right, let's go down to see how people did in that last sprint then. So we've got PK Madsen has joined us, who's reading Warrior's Woman by Joanna Lindsay, a 1990 space romance. That sounds pretty good. Books Causing Insomnia is reading June. I really need to reread June. I read June when I was a teenager and haven't read it since. I think I've got all of them on Kindle now. So I will be diving into those again soon. Brian is asking if anyone's read Three Against the Witch World by Andre Norton. I haven't. I have heard of the Witch World books by Andre Norton, but that's not one. I don't think I've read any Andre Norton actually. So Kat read 15 more pages. So she's reading the politically correct bedtime stories. So I read The Three Codependent Goats, Gruff and Rapunzel. Paul says hi. Hello, Paul. I don't know if you've just joined, but we're just wrapping up, I'm afraid. Kevin says he feels like he's reading a Hallmark movie channel movie. I have to say, yeah, Kansas City Cop is definitely like that as well. It does feel like a TV movie, but I am enjoying it a great deal. Swank Enterprises finished Kiss of the Wolf. Here is found a new catchphrase for the channel in the book: grifters and gamblers and shortchangers. BJ got 50 pages done in total. That's excellent. Matthew got some good pages done in Pet Cemetery. Alex got through 4 chapters in total across both sprints. Andreas got through 28 pages of Chainsaw Hooker. Roy got 54 more pages done in Lady Gunsmith. I have to say, I'm very jealous of you having that one, Roy. That does sound fantastic. Big Al got through 17 pages. Krista got through about 75 pages of When a Moth Loves a Bee. That's not one I've heard of, but it sounds quite interesting. Kilo got distracted by the dogs, but managed to get another 12 pages done. Oh, Diamond / Ranch is reading Nunsling. It is fantastic, isn't it? I thoroughly recommend it if anyone likes westerns. As the name suggests, it's a western about a nun in the Old West with who kind of goes after, I think it's like an evil cavalry captain or something like that, but a really entertaining series of books. Studio in the Library. Second book on the go, Dark Passages by Catherine Lee Scott, who played the actress, the waitress Maggie on the 60s soap Dark Shadows. Dark Shadows is something I've never seen. I'm not sure if it was even shown over here, but it's one of those shows that people talk about all the time, but I'm completely unfamiliar with it. Jenna got through 22 pages of Native Son. Not exactly violent, not exactly trashy, but a bit violent. Odo's only just woken up. Rebecca got through 2 stories from Tales of Gavigan's Bar this morning. And Holzer Gabe finished In the Heart of Hidden Things. So I'm going to wrap up now. But as I said earlier, I'll be doing this again at 8 o'clock GMT tomorrow morning. And if people have enjoyed this, do let me know. I'm more than happy to do this again in the future. Maybe I can do a poll or something like that, and we can figure out the best kind of time for people to get as many people involved as possible. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I hope people have enjoyed it as much as I have. I will wrap it up. I will wrap it up there now, but say thank you all very much for joining. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for joining this. Thanks for being part of GarbAugust. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again soon. Cheerio.